Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to another video, and May the 4th be with you. Look, I'm wearing a Darth Vader shirt, look. That's Darth Vader. Alright, enough jokes. This isn't from Star Wars, obviously. It's from StarCraft. Everybody knows that. And this isn't Darth Vader. Of course that's not Darth Vader. That's from Pacific Rim. Everybody knows that. But actually, no, I think it's from Ready Player One. Originally from Ready Player One. So, you know what? Let's get to it. I like to piss off as many people as I can before the video even starts. But anyway, May the 4th be with you. Seriously, for all you Star Wars fans. I'm a Star Wars fan. I know there's a lot less now because they thought The Last Jedi was the worst thing that's ever happened to the history of man, which I don't, okay. But, alright, I thought it was pretty good. I liked it. I'm sorry, I actually really liked it. Yeah. Besides that whole casino part, I thought everything else was great. But, okay, I guess, whatever. I guess I'm not a true fan because, you know, I don't like to bitch and moan about a series I like. But anyway, let's get to it. I wanted to show you my Star Wars video game collection. We're not talking about movies. I could show you my movie collection, but it'd be very short. I only have like a couple box sets. But I'm here to talk about video games because there are a ton of video games, baby. Alright, there are so many. And I don't even have even close to as many as there are out there. I only have about 20, so this is not going to be that long of a video. Usually, you know, like when I do a collection video, if I have like 100, 200 games, it takes me about an hour. So this one shouldn't take me too long. Thing is that when I show you my collection, I kind of want to talk about each one from what I remember, because a lot of these I haven't played since I was a kid. Some of them I haven't even played. So I want to give you my impressions of them when I was a kid, from what I could remember. And also tell you if, you know, I played the game recently, how it holds up. Yeah, so I actually have quite a few different games that are on completely different consoles from one another, like completely different. I got an Xbox One game, I got a couple PS1 games, PS2 games, original Xbox, I got PSP game, I got Xbox 360, I got 3 SNES games. So it's a bunch of different shit. So you know what, let's get to it with the first of my collection when it comes to when they were released, and that is the SNES games, which I'm pretty sure everybody knows. If you're a big Star Wars video game fan, at least you know what these are. And of course I have these, and I do love at least one of these games, and that is the Super Star Wars games. You got Super Star Wars, the original, got no, it's not Super Star Wars, it's Super Empire Strikes Back, and Super Return or Revenge of the Jedi. That's what it was originally called. But no, it's Return. Well, it wasn't originally called that. I think it was originally called that for like before it came out, like way before it came out. That was the first official title. But then George Lucas was like, Jedis shouldn't have to get revenge or whatever the fuck. So he put revenge for later for Revenge of the Sith, which I guess Sith are allowed to get revenge. That makes more sense, I guess. But these games are tough as a mother. Holy shit. I played... Which one did I play recently? I played Super Star Wars recently, but I played that on PS4 recently. But the one I played, I think I played Empire Strikes Back, and I think I tried out Return of the Jedi again. But Empire Strikes Back is the one I tried out recently, like a few months ago, I think, on my Superboy, which is my SNES portable system. And this thing is fucking ridiculous, man. I mean, it's just, I was getting destroyed left and right. Same thing for the original Super Star Wars, which I actually played a lot of when I was a kid, and I believe this is actually still my original copy, which I think I got from Blockbuster. I'm pretty sure those are Blockbuster warning stickers. But I love this game. It's hard as hell. I don't think I ever finished it, but I always tried, and I had a good time for what I could get through, I guess. I could get through the first couple levels, and then it was just like, I'm done, you know? But I loved it when I was a kid. I played it all the time, or at least I tried to play it all the time. But this game I tried recently, and it fucking destroyed me. Oh, this one I don't remember actually trying out. But these games are classic. and they are great additions to my SNES collection, which is a decent little collection. Not too bad, not too great. Definitely not the best on YouTube, I'm sure. But you know what? I have such a huge collection on everything else, like Xbox One and Xbox Original and PS2 and PS3 and Wii and all this shit. GameCube, Xbox 360, of course. I have 700 games on 360. That, you know what? I can't always have all these games. But let's get to the PS1, because while the SNES had some great Star Wars games, the PS1 had a couple that were okay from what I remember. I don't have any of them, of course, but I remember one. I don't remember what it was called, but I remember one being pretty good, but that's neither of these two games. First one is, of course, Star Wars Masters of Terra Kasai, or Kasi. I think it's Kasi. Whatever. I didn't like this game when I was a kid. I remember playing a lot of Tekken when I was a kid, and then I went to this, and it was like night and day, baby. There was a huge difference. Now, that's not a good comparison. I should say it was like night and day. It was more like chocolate and diarrhea. There you go. Like melted chocolate and diarrhea. You could tell the difference between them, especially if you taste them. And this one, I tasted it, and oh boy, it was definitely diarrhea. This game sucks. This game sucks bad. Like it reminded me kind of Shaq Fu, where Shaq Fu had like the weird, like, oh, my hair looks weird. Speaking of weird, but hold on. I gotta look good for this video, okay? I put gel on my hair and shit, and now it looks all fucked up. There you go. Oh, beautiful. But anyway, no, I still look weird. I need to get a haircut, baby. Woo! But anyway, I just remember Shaq Fu had that like slippery control for your characters, where they're flying all over the place and you couldn't get a good control of them, and that's what this reminded me of, actually. Or I guess that's what. Yeah, that's English. I was saying the right thing. I don't know why I interrupted myself. But anyway, next one is Star Wars Episode 1: The Phantom Menace. I remember kind of liking this game as a kid, and I think that was because it was Star Wars, and I'm sure I liked The Phantom Menace when it first came out as a kid. I'm sure I did. I probably loved it. I thought it was better than the original movies. Probably thought this was better than the original games as well. Better than those SNES games, because this one wasn't that hard. I just remember this game, me liking it, but I remember having a lot of problems with it. I thought the controls were really bad, and I vaguely remember me always having to look away from the screen because the graphics were so fucking bad and weird looking that it would actually mess with my head. Like, it would actually give me a headache. I remember this game giving me a headache. So there you go. There's my review. Now let's get on to the PS2, which actually has some good games. Easily the best one on the PS2 is this one, and that is Star Wars Battlefront. And I guess that's not technically true, because Battlefront 2 I think is better, but this is the best one I have. I don't have Battlefront 2 on any system besides one, which you'll see in a second. But Star Wars Battlefront is a fantastic game. Nailed the scope of a battlefield for a Star Wars game, at least. And everything about this game was awesome. I played this online. Yes, I had PS2 online, and I played it a lot. But this and SOCOM, those were my two favorite games when it comes to online and PS2. Hold on. My throat's getting sore and dried out, so I need to take a swig. Oh yeah. That's right, baby. It just got weird. So anyway, Battlefront. Oh no, now I don't have a place to put the game because I just put my soda there. Right there. Fuck it. Next is Star Wars Starfighter. And this was a pretty solid little, I guess, what's the word? Aerial combat, I guess. It was exactly what it sounds like. It was a game where you are in a starfighter and you're going around in space shooting other bad people, and you just bam, bam, bam and shoot it. And it had a little story, I remember that. I just don't remember it being very memorable. I remember the gameplay and the controls were really tight in this one. Don't remember too much about it, but I remember it being pretty solid. That's about it. Star Wars Super Bombad Racing, and yeah, I'm sure everybody made a joke about this. Here you go. This is what I think. This is what I think of this game. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. That's right. I'm the original. I made that joke before anybody else did, which might be true because I don't think anybody ever played this game. This is like one of the few Star Wars games I never heard of when I was a kid. Like, I never heard of this one. And it's weird, too, because I actually really like the Episode 1 Pod Racer. When it comes to Episode 1, the movie, the game when it came out was way better. Like, it was one of the few times where the movie had a game and the game was actually better than the movie. Especially back then when that would almost never happen. The only time that would happen was like when GoldenEye came out, which would that game came out like a couple years, I think, or a year after the movie. I think it was a year after the movie. Maybe it was 2. I don't remember. But yeah, this game, not this game. The episode 1 Pod Racer was great. I liked that game a lot. This game is similar, but not exactly the same. So there was no reason for me to even bring that up. But yeah, this game, major poopy. I didn't like it. It's not good. It was annoying. That's the one thing. I see my hair keeps popping. I need to get a fucking haircut. Oh my god, guys. I really hate it. I really do. Hey, without gel, this looks way worse. I'm telling you right now. I don't even put too much of that in my hair because it makes my hair feel all weird. Oh god, I need to get a haircut. I should get one tomorrow. But anyway, it's a bad game. Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith. This game's actually not too bad. I remember saving up my allowance when this first came out just to get it so I could watch some of the footage for the new movie. Because even when I was a kid, I didn't really care for Episode 2. I remember it being kind of boring. Episode 1, I remember liking. Episode 2, I remember being boring. And I think Episode 2 is easily the worst Star Wars movie ever. Like, you could say how bad that Star Wars Holiday Special, at least we can make fun of it. Episode 2, oh god, I'm going to throw up. See, I'm talking about Episode 2, and it's making me want to throw up. But Episode 2 is just so fucking bad, man. That's when they introduced us. I'd rather have Kid Anakin over Sand Anakin any day of the week. You know, at least Kid Anakin is endearing in some way. Like, it didn't even feel like the same character at that point. Because the first one, he's like all happy and he's in slavery and he's all happy and he's like, yippee! Yay! Ooh, spinning, that's a good trick. Oh, fucking idiot. And in the second one, he's in a Jedi, whatever, he's training to be a Jedi. He's like, I hate sand. Fucking hate sand. Again, he's supposed to be a teenager at that point, but it just, I don't know, it was a big jump, let me just say that. Anyway, this game was actually not bad. It was a fun little, I guess, brawler. You go from one room to another destroying droids and you use force powers and stuff. And I remember playing this game with my friend and it was actually pretty fun. So I don't know why I keep flipping it around. It was okay. For a movie game, it was okay. It wasn't better than the movie. I thought the movie itself was okay. I thought the game was okay, but it was like a lesser okay. You know? Revenge of the Sith was like a 6.5. This was like a 6. There you go. That's a good way to explain it. Star Wars: The Clone Wars. This game's actually pretty solid. I just remember being a kid and being very excited for this because I think it was right after Episode 2 came out, or maybe right before Episode 2. I can't remember. And I was really excited for this game. I rented it from Blockbuster. I didn't buy it because I didn't have the money for it. So I rented it, and I was really disappointed because I think this is what I vaguely remember. I vaguely remember there being some on foot missions where you're actually walking around as a Jedi or whatever. But I think it was mainly just you in a land vehicle or you in a space vehicle. And that wouldn't be too big of a problem. But I remember the controls being really awkward in this game. And I also remember being really excited because I thought you'd be able to go around and use your lightsaber and destroy shit. And I think you could sometime. I vaguely remember you playing as Mace Windu at one point. Which I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't remember exactly. And I don't think it says anywhere you could go on foot. It only shows screenshots of, like, vehicles. I'm pretty sure, yeah. So, yeah, but anyway, this game was disappointing. But I don't remember hating it. So, there you go. There's my review. It's disappointing, but I didn't hate it. Alright, so next game. Let me organize this real quick. See, my hair's, like, really long in the back. It looks bad. Whew. Anyway, this is the My Hair Sucks video more than the Star Wars video. But, alright, so the only PSP game I have, and this is the only version of this game I actually have, which I know some people could be like, that's weird, but I actually played the shit out of this on the PSP, and that is Star Wars Battlefront 2, baby! Now, this isn't my original copy. I picked this up at a yard sale like a year ago or something like that, for $1, actually. It said $2, but I said, hey, you took $1, and they'd be like, yeah, whatever, I don't give a fuck. So I got this for $1, so that's kind of good. I don't know. It's like a $10 game on PSP. See, my hair is... Alright, that looks fine. But, This game online was a lot of fun. It actually ran very well. Considering it's a PSP game, you would think if it's online, it's this massive when it comes to like its environment and stuff. It was actually well done. They did a good job. My main problem with it though was that it had like frame rate issues, and also because it's a PSP game, the fucking loading was atrocious in this game. But I remember the online being kind of fun. So there you go. There you go. It was good. I don't know where to put it. Right there. Alright, so now let's do original Xbox, which I have 5 games for. And I could talk about one of these games for days, but I'm just going to show it real quick and tell you I love this game. This is my favorite Star Wars game of all time. And that is Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. It is now a backwards compatible game, and I cannot wait to have like a free, like some free schedule when it comes to video games, and really dive back into this game because I haven't played it since it came out, and I played it like 3 times when it first came out. I fucking love this game. It's BioWare's masterpiece in my opinion. It's just a little bit better than Mass Effect 2 in my opinion. I love this game so much, and please play it. It's backwards compatible now on Xbox One. Please play this game. It's amazing. You can get it for like $10 online, or you can actually, I think you could buy it digitally on Xbox for $10, I believe. Next is Star Wars Obi-Wan. I don't think I ever played this one. I could be wrong. I might have actually played it on the channel, but I do not remember it. All I remember is that when I saw gameplay, it reminded me of Episode 1 a little bit when it comes to its graphics, and also you play as a young Obi-Wan, so right there, it reminds me of Episode 1 a little bit too much. I'm sure it's like in between Episode 1 and 2. Or maybe it's during Episode 1. Again, I haven't played it. I'm looking right now. So yeah, I don't have any opinion about this one besides I heard it was very not good. So there you go. There's my opinion. Star Wars Republic Commando. This game was great. I remember this one like really trying to be more like a not really Ghost Recon, but it reminded me of Ghost Recon in the sense that you could tell your no, more like a Rainbow Six, where you can tell your teammates where to go and stuff and do this and do that. You can control them. And back then, there wasn't too many games like that. There were a few, but the one that really stuck in my mind was either Rainbow Six or Ghost Recon, where you can control your teammates and tell them where to go. And that's what it reminded me of. It combined that, except it was a little bit more arcadey when it comes to its gameplay. It was great. It's a great game, and I think is also a backwards compatible game now. So there you go. Order that one too. It's like a $15 game, I think. It's okay. KOTOR 2 is okay. It's not. I don't remember much about it, and to be honest, I don't think I finished it. I don't think I did. I don't remember the ending. I don't remember much about this game. It was really disappointing, and I never got through it. I think is this backwards compatible now? If it is, then maybe if I play KOTOR 1, I'll go through this one again. I'm sure it runs better. I remember this game running like balls when it first came out, like bad. But yeah. Still okay game. I'll play that over friggin' some of these other Star Wars games any day. Next one is Star Wars. This is now a backwards compatible game as well. This is Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy 2. Or wait, no. Jedi Knight, just Jedi Academy. I'm sorry. I don't think I ever played this one. This one seemed interesting, though, because you get to play as, I think, I could be wrong, but Luke Skywalker's in it. I think he trains you. And you become a Jedi apprentice, obviously, and you use your lightsaber and stuff, and you could like throw it. And I only seen gameplay. I don't think I ever played this one though. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, it is. Okay, take on the role of a new student eager to learn the ways of the Force from Jedi Master Luke Skywalker. Okay, so this might be actually kind of cool to play now, especially with The Last Jedi out, which everybody hated again. But yeah, I never played it, but it is backwards compatible now, so maybe I will. All right, so that's the Xbox games. Of course, KOTOR. Probably my favorite Star Wars game. One of my favorite games of all time, actually. Alright, next is 2 GameCube games. One of them doesn't even have the actual case, so there you go. Rogue Squadron, or wait, no, Rogue Leader, Rogue Squadron 2, or is it the other way around? The Rogue Squadron games were actually a lot of fun. When it comes to the space combat, I think even compared to Battlefront 2 and Battlefront 1, or actually Battlefront 2, it's better. I think the Rogue Squadron series is better when it comes to the controls and the tight maneuvers and stuff. I don't know, you know what I mean. But the gameplay itself, when it comes to space combat, is better in the Rogue Squadron games. But that makes sense because the Rogue Squadron games are all about that, where Battlefront 2 is a mixture of, you know, that and all the vehicle stuff. So that makes sense that it would actually be better. But when it comes to just straight up that, Rogue Squadron definitely has a beat. I actually really love the original Rogue Squadron, and I really like the second one. The third one, I remember they added foot combat to it. I could be wrong again, but vaguely remember they adding foot combat, and it was like the opposite of the Clone Wars, where the Clone Wars was like, I want foot combat, and I don't want any of this other shit. Rogue Squadron 3, I was just like, I want space combat, I don't want any of the other shit. But, you know, whatever. But it kind of reminded me of... what was that Star Fox game on GameCube? Not the Adventures, but the one that came out after, Assault. Where it was just like, oh, all this space stuff is great. And then you get on foot and you're like, no, you're ruining it. You're ruining it. You could say that the same thing about Star Fox Adventures too, I guess. But, all right, Star Wars Jedi Outcast, Jedi Knight 2. There you go. I thought one of these was Jedi Knight 2. This game, I don't think I ever played either. So, there you go. Some of them I just didn't play, so that's just what happens. I never played the Jedi Knight games. I do have a couple of N64 games that I couldn't find. I do have Episode 1 Pod Racer, and I did have Shadows of the Empire. And Shadows of the Empire was an awesome game, so there you go. But this game I never played, so there you go. Last 3 games, we can get through these ones quick, because not much to say about them, I guess, really. Of course, I have Star Wars The Force Unleashed, and of course The Force Unleashed 2. Force Unleashed 1 I actually played again right after The Force Awakens came out, because I don't know, I was just in the Star Wars mood, and I actually did like this game when it first came out. And it doesn't hold up, I will say that. It doesn't really hold up that well, because when it first came out I was impressed by all the physics and the force powers and stuff, and the combat was good, and I remember the story being really good. And replaying it, the story itself is still good enough. Sam Witwer is great as Starkiller. I really like Sam Witwer. I really like him. But he's going to be in Days Gone, too, so you better get ready. That boy's going to explode when it comes to... he's going to be the next Troy Baker. I'm going to say it right here. There you go. I said it. But anyway, he's great, but the story itself wasn't as good as I remembered it being, and the gameplay itself was extremely repetitive, very frustrating. The beginning is still awesome, where you play as Darth Vader and you just destroy a bunch of Wookiees. That was awesome, but... everything else I didn't really care for. Replaying it, at least. Again, that's not really fair to say, because it was like 8 years after it came out. So when it first came out, I remember really liking it. Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2, I actually played recently again as well. I never finished it. But, you know what? As a game that is a sequel to The Force Unleashed, it is not that great. I will say that it's not great because it is extremely short and it's not as satisfying when it comes to its story, but it is a solid enough sequel when it comes to gameplay. It's still tight, it's still smooth, it's solid, it's still fun. I'm talking about my experience with this game when it first came out, really, because it's not really fair to compare it now, because this one's also 8 years old now. When I played The Force Unleashed 1, it was 8 years old, because I played it back in like early 2016, I think. But yeah. This game's not bad. And the last one, of course, I don't have Battlefront 2, but I do have Battlefront 1 on Xbox One, and really not much to say about this one, except it looks great, it plays well, there's not much to it when it comes to me wanting to come back, and I'd rather play Overwatch. There you go. I know this came out before Overwatch, but I'd rather play Overwatch. So there you go, that is my review for Battlefront 1 and Battlefront 2. So if you want to know what I thought of these games, that's what I thought of these games. These are not as good, even close to as fun as the original Battlefront 1 and 2. That's it. So anyway, that is my full Star Wars collection, minus a couple games I couldn't find, of course, like I said. But there you go. I'm sorry about the hair, but it's just I want to look good for you guys. I just do. But anyway, there you go. That's it. Thank you. And of course, until next time, may the 4th be with you. Kill me. Just kill me.